Hello. Good morning. Hi, Magali. Hello, Joanna. How are you?
Hello, teacher. Good.
Hi. Where are you from, Joanna?
I'm sorry.
Where are you from? Are you from Quito, Guayaquil?
I'm from Guayaquil.
From Guayaquil. Nice. Hi, Magali. Hello, Magali. How are you? Remember to activate the microphone. Hello, Magali. All right. Hopefully you can participate, okay? Because we are here to practice. So let's begin. Today, we are going to begin by talking about the present simple. Joanna, can you please read these examples that we have for the present simple here?
I, we, they, you, plus like, plastic.
Excellent. So for the simple present, we're always going to have the subject plus the verb plus the object. For example, I like tea, right? Let's have 50 students, one moment. There we go. Exactly. So I like tea. So, hi Magali, can you activate your microphone, please? Okay, Magali. All right, so subject plus verb plus complement to express the simple present. For third persons, we have, what about here? Can you read this one, Joanna? He, she, it. Joanna, can you continue? He, she, it.
Is she, it, plus like, plastic.
Excellent. So because this is going to be third person now, we have to make sure that we are going to add an S, okay? So now it has to be with an S. So let's do some examples. For instance, it's okay, Magali, no problem. All right, for instance, let's do some examples here. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let's make you guys big screen so I can see all of you. There we go. Let's do some examples here in the simple present. For example, if I ask you guys, what do you like to do? What do you like to do? I like to plus the verb, or if it's third person, she, he likes, make sure to use the S, to plus the verb. Let's see, let's begin with maybe David. Hi, David. Hello, David. Buenos dias, David. David Solis. Hi, David. Can you speak? What about Hoover? Hi, Hoover.
Hello,
Hey, Hoover. Where are you from, Hoover?
I'm from Guayaquil.
From Guayaquil. Excellent. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hoover, what do you like to do? I like to.
I like to play video games.
Excellent. Very good. So here we could put an example. We could say something like, I like to play video games. Absolutely right. So I like to play video games. Subject plus the verb. And then we have the complement, the object, to play. Excellent. What about George? Hi, George. Hi, George. Guys, esta taller es para participar y para poder ayudarlos a ustedes repasar para los exámenes. Entonces, si participan, les garantizo que van a mejorar sus probabilidades para mejorar su nota en el examen final. Entonces, por favor, si podemos participar, sería excelente. Si no, va a ser muy complicado que aprovechen de este taller, ¿ok? So, George, cuando puedas, por favor, participes para que puedas practicar, ¿ok? All right. What about Blanca? Hi, Blanca.
Hi,
Hello, Blanca.
good morning.
Good morning. Where are you from, Blanca?
I'm from Guayaquil.
From Guayaquil. Excellent. So, Blanca, what do you like to do?
I like to cook.
Excellent. I like to cook. Excellent. I like to cook, right? So here we have two perfect examples of the simple present, the subject plus the verb plus the complement. I like to play video games. I like to cook. This is the simple present. For third person, remember that we have to use the S, okay? What about the negative? For negative, we have to use the negation don't. So in this case, we're going to practice don't and doesn't. What about Blanca? Blanca, can you read the examples that we have here? I plus.
I
plus.
I don't like tea. My example is I don't washing the dishes.
Okay, very good. I don't wash the dishes. Excellent example. I don't wash or do the dishes, right? Excellent, Blanca. Very good. For third person, what about for third person? Joanna, what do we say for third person? Can you read this here? She
plus doesn't must like plastic.
Excellent. Can you tell me about maybe your brother, your sister, your mother, or your father? What do they like to do, Joanna? She or he likes. Can you think of an example, Joanna?
She doesn't like cook.
To cook. Excellent. Very good. She doesn't like to cook. Excellent. Very good. What about Hoover? Hoover, can you think of an example?
Yeah. My father doesn't like to watch football.
Excellent. My father doesn't like to watch, and remember in English, we say soccer, right?
Okay, thank you.
My father doesn't like to watch soccer. Excellent, guys. All of these are perfect examples of the negation in the simple present. The last part that we're going to do is for questions. Now, for questions, we have the following structure here. Hoover, can you please read this here? Do, does.
An example?
No, let's just read. Do, does.
Okay. Do does.
Plus S. Plus, sorry, plus
Plus
subject.
S, plus verb, plus object.
Excellent. Guys,
Okay.
the S is the subject, right? So do, does, plus subject, plus verb. Here we have some examples.
Do you, we, they, I, plus like, plus T. Okay. Do you like computer science?
Excellent, very good. Do you like computer science, right? Excellent. So do plus subject plus the verb and then the complement, okay? Very good. What about Blanca? Blanca, can you think of an example?
Let me see. Do you or does she play the soccer?
Does she play soccer? Absolutely. Very good. Does she play soccer? Very good. Magali, do you have an example, Magali? Did you raise your hand, Magali? No? All right. And those are going to be the questions with yes and no. Remember that for yes and no questions, we always answer yes, I do, or no, I don't, right? So make sure to always answer these yes and no questions with yes, I do. But before we continue, we have something very important.
Present.
Hi,
Sorry.
Magali.
Es connection, but
Your bad connection? It's okay, no problem. Do you have an example, Magali?
don't.
No example? It's okay. All right, Magali, let's read here. We have the reasons why we use the present, the simple present. Let's begin by reading this. Magali, can you please read facts? What about George? George, can you read this? Facts? What about David? David, can you read this? Facts? You can repeat. Can you repeat? Facts? Okay. What about Joanna? Joanna, can you please read this?
Fact, habitual actions, things that don't want change, describe yourself.
Excellent. So the simple present is going to be used for these. Make sure that when we use the simple present, we can also use these. Hoover, can you read the words here?
Sure. Adverbs of frequency like often, usually, sometimes, never.
Excellent. Guys, you can always use these expressions with the simple present. I usually have fish for dinner. I never go to the rainforest, something like that, right? So make sure that you always use these things, right? And remember that we also have the verb to be. I am, you are, he is, okay? Guys, because we have a lot to do today, we have to continue to the next one. If you have any questions, make sure to say ask, okay? You could say, what is, etc. How do you say, and then you can say it in Spanish, and I can help you to understand something, okay? So let's erase and let's continue with the next part. Here we have the next part. Let's begin here. Blanca, can you please read the positive responses with to and either?
Okay. So plus auxiliary verb plus subject.
Or-
Subject
Yes, continue.
plus auxiliary verb plus to.
Excellent. Both options are correct. You can answer using so, or you can answer using to. For example, here we have an example. Joanna, can you read this first example for me, please?
I like pizza. Pizza.
Excellent. And then we can respond by saying,
So do I.
so do I. So we have so plus the auxiliary plus the subject. So do I. Let's make this a different color, guys. If we make this a different color, there we go, much better. Or we can respond like this. Joanna, we can also say,
I do too.
I do too. So subject plus auxiliary plus to. And finally, the last one, Joanna.
Me too.
Excellent. So if I say, guys, I love to dance. If I say I love to dance, how would you respond, Joanna? How could you respond to this sentence or statement?
I do too.
Excellent. I do too. What about Hoover? Hoover, if I say I like to play soccer. If I say I like to play soccer, Hoover, how can we respond?
Hello. Okay. I do too.
I do too, right? And we can continue and continue by agreeing with someone by using these, excuse me, by using these expressions of to and neither, okay? Let's continue with the next one here. What about this one here? Blanca, can you please read this one?
Yes. I can swim. So can I? I can too. Me too.
Excellent. Very good, Blanca. So now you can see that we are not using a verb. Now we are using the modal verb can. So we have to respond with can. When we use a regular verb, we respond with the auxiliary do. Okay. What about the last one? Hoover, can you please read the last one?
I will go home now. So I will too, and me too.
Excellent. If we use the verb will, then we respond with the verb will. So always pay attention to the original sentence so you can respond accordingly, okay? Very good. All right, and then we have negative statements. So these are positive, these are negative. Magali, are you there? Hi, Magali.
And
Hello. Hello.
present.
Yes.
Nature. Hello. Sorry. I
It's okay.
problems. I have problems with internet. Sorry,
okay.
it's very
No-
bad.
No problem.
Okay, and thanks. Neither plus auxiliary verb plus subject.
Or subject,
Subject plus auxiliary verb plus not plus either.
excellent, very good. So you can see here we have an example. Thank you, Magali. Joanna, can you read the first example?
I don't like mean people.
The
Neither,
response?
neither do I. I don't either. Me neither.
Very good. Because the original sentence is now negative, I don't like, we're going to respond with neither, and we use the auxiliary do, okay? All three of the expressions are very similar, so it doesn't matter which one you use, just make sure that if it's negative, we use neither. If it's affirmative or positive, we use so do I. What about the next example here? Hoover, can you read the next example?
I can yogurt. Neither can I. I can't either. Me neither.
Excellent. And again, because we're using the modal verb can't, we're going to answer using can, okay? And we have one more example. Blanca, can you please read the final example?
Yes. I have never been to Hawaii.
The
Neither
answer?
have I. Neither have I. I haven't either. Me neither.
Excellent. Okay, guys. So maybe we can practice. If I say, I don't, let's change that color. That's not a nice color. What about if we put green? I don't like, what's something that people don't like? I don't like liver. Do you guys know liver? Liver is hígado, okay? I don't like liver. What about you, Blanca?
Finally, me neither.
Very good. Me neither, right? So you could say me neither. Excellent. Or any of the other options. You can say me neither, neither do I, or I don't either. All three are correct, okay? What about if I say, Joanna, if I say, I don't, let's use a different verb. If I say, I can't fly a plane. If I say, I can't fly a plane, Joanna, how can you respond?
I can't do.
I can't, and then we have to use, I can't.
I can't either.
Excellent, very good. I can't either, right? Because it's negative. Remember that we're going to use to for affirmative. For negative, neither or either. Excellent, guys. Any questions, any problems? Is this okay? Remember, guys, if you have a question, teacher, I don't understand, please repeat and we can repeat, okay? Great. So let's erase. Let's put thumbs up in the chat and we can continue to the next one. Here we have the next activity or the next topic. The next topic is everybody and no one. I believe that's what it says. It says everybody and nobody. Let's begin by reading the introduction here. Let's begin with Blanca. Blanca, can you please read this here?
Okay. We use
Indefinite.
indefinite pronouns to refer to people, things, without saying exactly who or what they are. We use pronouns ending in body or one for people, and pronouns ending in thing for object.
Excellent. So let's go back and let's kind of review. When we're talking about a person, let's change that color. When we're talking about a person, we are going to use anybody or no one, right? We're going to use body and one. And when we talk about an object or a thing, we're going to use thing. Here we have some examples. Let's begin by reading the examples here. Maybe we could read this one here. Joanna, can you please read the first example?
Everybody enjoyed the concert.
Absolutely. So everybody is talking about people. All of the people enjoyed the concert. What about number 2, Joanna?
I opened the door, but nobody was home.
Exactly. The very same, but now it's negative, right? So this means that no person was home. Excellent. And what about the last one? Hoover, can you please read the last one, Hoover?
Sure. It was a very clear day. We could see everything.
Excellent. Now we're not talking about people. Now we're talking about an object, a thing. So now we have to use everything. Okay. Here is something very, very important. David, did you fix your microphone, David?
Okay.
We use
a singular verb after an indefinite pronoun.
for example,
Everybody loves Saji.
Sally. Very good. So guys, because this is an indefinite pronoun, right? Indefinite pronouns, everybody, nobody, these are going to count as third person. So the verb that we use has to be in third person, okay? Everybody loves, everybody studies, everybody eats. Maybe we could use an example. Everybody loves. How could we complete this sentence here? Everybody loves. Hoover, can you think of an example? Everybody loves.
Everybody loves live in Ecuador.
Excellent. Living in Ecuador. Absolutely. Everybody loves living in Ecuador, right? So just make sure that after these indefinite pronouns, we use the S in the verb, okay? What about if we say hate? Everybody hates. Blanca, what does everybody hate? Imagination.
Everybody hates, ¿cómo se decía hígado?
Liver. Everybody
Liver.
hates
Everybody.
liver. Yeah,
Hate.
not too many people like liver. Absolutely, Blanca. Perfect. So just remember that we're going to use an S, okay? All right.
Okay.
So, excellent. All right. So the next one is going to be this one here. Magali, did you fix the internet? No, Magali. What about Joanna? Joanna, can you read this one for me?
Excuse me?
Can you please read this next one? When we
refer back to indefinite pronouns, we use a plural pronouns. Everybody loved the game. They stood up a clapper for 60 minutes.
Absolutely. Very good. So here you have the indefinite pronoun everybody, a complete sentence, and then we're going to continue with another sentence But instead of repeating everybody, everybody went, everybody bought, everybody slept, we don't repeat and we just use the regular pronoun. Everybody, they. And we have one more example down here. Hoover, can you please read this final example?
Sure. I have a question.
Of course.
Yeah. What is the meaning of stood up in clapped?
Excellent question, Hoover. So stood up and clapped is going to be, oops, se levantaron. Stood up is se levantaron, right? And clapped is aplaudir. So they stood up and clapped, okay? Se pararon todos y aplaudaron. They
Okay.
applaud, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Excellent.
Okay. We use indefinitive pronoun with no as the subject in negative clauses. No pronouns with any.
Excellent. So here you can see this is incorrect. Anybody? Incorrect. What we want to say is, Hoover, nobody?
Nobody came to the party.
Excellent. So when we want to make a negation, we use nobody, right? Or if it's a thing, you can say nothing was open, right? You could say, I went out last night and nothing was open. And this case, I'm talking about objects. I'm talking about things. So you can use nothing or nobody, okay? Guys, these are called indefinite pronouns. Any questions, any problems? Easy, so-so, or very, very difficult, teacher? What do you think, guys? Thumbs up? All right, thumbs up. If you have no questions, we will continue to the next one. Here, we have the next activity, which is going to be simple present and present continuous, two very popular structures that we have used all semester long. So let's begin by reading the present simple. Blanca, can you please read the present simple?
Okay. Daily routines or habits. I get up at 8 o'clock.
Timetables?
Timetables in an immediate future.
Excellent. Blanca, let's stop right there. Thank you very much. So routines or timetables. A timetable is a schedule, right? 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or a daily routine. I get up, I go to bed, I go to work, I study for the simple present. What about the next one? David, can you read the next one?
Okay, fact and time that are generally
True.
true.
The river?
The river Thames flows through London.
Excellent. Please listen to my pronunciation, David. The river Thames flows through London, okay? And then we have one more, permanent situations. Continue, David. Permanent situations.
Situation. I work in a bank.
Excellent. Guys, the other options are going to be for facts.
I work in a bank.
Excellent, David. So we have two more. So now it's daily routines, timetables, facts, general truth, or permanent situations. For example, Magali, can you read this example we have down here? What about Blanca? Blanca, can you read the example we have down here?
Yes. I live in Poland. They swim every day.
Excellent.
They like pizza.
Absolutely. And one more.
Sunday comes after Saturday.
Excellent, Blanca. So these are facts, habits, feelings, and general truths, always with the simple present or the present simple, okay? Make sure to remember and practice that. The next one, Joanna, is going to be the present continuous. When do we use the present continuous?
Actions in progress. I watching TV. Definite future arrangements.
Arrangements.
Arrangements. I'm meeting my friends this afternoon. Temporary situations. I live in New York.
Absolutely. So for the present continuous, it has to be something that is a long action happening now, temporary, or in the future. Here we have some examples. Hoover, can you please read the examples here?
He's drinking. He's reading. He's smiling. He's singing.
Excellent. So what happens if I ask you, Hoover, if I ask you, let's put a different color. If I ask you, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now, Hoover?
¿Cómo se dice? Estar acostado. Okay.
I'll put it here.
I'm
It's okay. I am
acostado en mi cama.
I am laying down. You can
Laying
say,
down.
I am laying down. And because it's the ing, we're going to use ing, right? I am laying down. Excellent, Hoover. Very good.
Thank you.
What about if I ask Blanca? Blanca, what are you doing right now?
I am here in your class.
Okay, very good. I am attending, right? I am attending your class. Excellent, Blanca. Now, what about if we go here and now we talk about the simple present, about a habit, and we can say, what do you do every day? What do you do every day? Joanna, what do you do every day?
I every day go to work and study.
Excellent, Joanna. Very good. Every day I go to work and study. Absolutely. Let's put that here. One moment. Every day I go to work and study. Absolutely. Very good, Joanna. That's not how you spell day. Every day. Very good. What about David? David, what do you do every day?
Every day I go to travel ¿cómo es? De otras sucursales de mi trabajo.
Okay. I
¿Cómo es?
travel to
Otras sucursales.
different offices, right? So you could say different offices, or you could say, oops, you can say offices or stores, right? So different offices or different stores. Excellent. Very good, David. So remember, guys, present simple, daily routines. Present continuous, actions in the progress. Okay? Any questions, problems? Is this okay? Awesome. Let's erase and let's continue. here we have the next one. The next one is going to be if and when. So let's begin by reading the introduction here. Magali, are you there? Cross my fingers. Magali, are you there? No, Magali. All right, Hoover, can you please read the first question?
Yes. What do you take when you have a cold?
Please continue.
I don't take anything when I have a cold.
Or,
When I have a cold, I don't take anything.
excellent, very good. So guys, this is when or if. We can actually connect two ideas if we use when or if. Let's see, we can use if or when. In this case, Hoover just read an example where we have when in the middle of the sentence, or we can have when at the beginning of a sentence, okay? So here we have another example, but this one is with if. Let's see, Joanna, can you read this one for me?
What do you do if you get a really bad cold?
Very good. What do you do if you get a really bad cold? And then the answer, what's the answer, Joanna? If I
get a really bad cold, I drink hot vinegar with honey.
very good. Or,
I drink hot vinegar with honey if I get a really bad cold.
excellent, Joanna. So you can see that we can use again, if at the beginning of a sentence, or if in the middle of a sentence when we want to connect two ideas. So if I ask you, what do you do when you are bored? What do you do when you are bored? So you could say, let's make this a different color. What do you do when you are bored? You could say something like, sorry guys, let's move this up here. So what do you do when you are bored? And we could say a nice response. We could say, when or if I am bored, when I am bored, I, etc., right? So let's see, Blanca, what do you do when you are bored?
When I'm bored, I read a book.
Excellent, very good, Blanca. When I am bored, I read a book. What about Hoover? Hoover, what do you do when you are bored?
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, when I can use both clauses when and if in a conversation.
Yes, no problem. You can say, we can change this. If you want, we can change this question and we can actually change, what do you do if you are bored? And then we can say, when I am bored, or if I am bored, and it's exactly the same, no problem, right? Exactly the same.
Okay.
How
Okay.
how is the most popular, if or when?
Very popular, both of them. No difference, Blanca. You can say, depends on what you're talking about. Maybe when is going to be for a situation, and then maybe if could be like a condition. So depending if you're talking about a situation, maybe you could say when, or if you're talking about a condition, you could use if, but there's no difference, Blanca, no difference.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Hoover, What do
Okay,
you-
my example.
Yes.
If I bored, I fight with my wife.
Nice example. I love it, Hoover. Excellent example. All right. What about Joanna? Joanna, what do you do if you are bored?
If I am bored, I watch a series of Netflix.
Absolutely. Very good. David, what do you do if you are bored?
If I am bored, I eh, go to park.
Yeah, I go to a park. Absolutely. What about, hi, Rosa. Hi, Rosa. Buenos dias, Rosa. How are you?
Buenos días, disculpen que recién me uní y no entiendo muy bien todavía la clase, lo siento.
It's okay. Cuando te sientas preparada, por favor, participa, okay? Please pay
Muy gen-
attention and continue, okay?
Muy gentil, gracias.
All right.
Thank-
What a Magali. Hi, Magali. Magali. All right, guys. So we have if and when. Any questions, any problems? Is this clear? Is this okay? Exactly the same. We can use them at the beginning of a sentence or in the middle of a sentence. No problem, okay? So let's erase and we will continue to the next one. Here is the future, guys. So let's talk about the future. Blanca, can you please read future?
Yes. The future with going to is used to express future plans or scheduled events.
Scheduled.
Es- Schedule events.
Very good.
Unlike the present continuous, it does not give future time work or words to indicate that it is future.
Okay, so no future time words, no time expressions. We can just use going to. Down here, we have some examples. Hoover, can you please read the example down here?
Yes. Today, I'm going to drive my new motorcycle. When I'm going to phone my best friend, and finally, I am going to read my favorite novel.
Excellent. So be going to plus the verb, okay? Here we have the reasons or the purposes why we use be going to for a prediction, for something based on present evidence, or for intentions. So let's practice, guys. What about if I ask you, what are you going to do this weekend? What are you going to do this weekend? Hoover, what are you going to do this weekend?
When finally your class, I'm going to travel to Kai.
Is that, are you from Guayaquil, Hoover?
Yes, I'm from Guayaquil,
Okay,
but this weekend I'm going to Bucay with my family.
nice, nice. How far? 1 hour, 2 hours?
The rest of the day,
Oh, okay, just for the day. But the travel, how far is the travel? You're going to rest with your family?
2 hours, maybe 2
2
hours.
2 hours. Okay, excellent, Hoover. What about Joanna? Joanna, what are you going to do this weekend?
I'm going to sing at wedding.
I'm going to sing. You're going to sing.
Yes.
Wow, nice. Romantic music
Oh, wedding.
at a wedding. Okay. Very good. Excellent. What about Blanca? Blanca, what are you going to do this weekend?
I'm going to lying. lying.
Relax. You're going to relax?
Yes.
Absolutely. Me too. I'm going to relax. What about Rosa? Rosa, what are you going to do this weekend?
I'm going to visit friends.
Some friends. Very good.
Right.
I'm going to visit some friends. Remember that the verb is normal, okay? Visit some friends,
Some
right?
friends. Some friends.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And David. David, what are you going to do this weekend?
I am going to shopping in Colombia.
Wow, nice, David. Excellent. Guys, remember the regular form of the verb, right? It has to be shop. So we always use be going to plus base form of the verb, right? It has to be the base form, the regular form of the verb. Shop, visit, buy, sing, dance, rest, but always the base form of the verb, okay? Excellent job. Let's erase. Let's go to the next one. Here we have the past. So now we're going from the future to the past. Let's begin by reading the first part here. David, can you please read the first question here?
Where were you born?
Excellent.
Born.
I
was born in Quito.
I wasn't.
I was born in Quito.
I wasn't.
I wasn't born in Cuenca.
Excellent, David. All right, guys. So now I'm going to ask you guys, right? Remember that this is always with the verb to be. So I was born in, always with the verb to be for born, okay? What about if I ask Blanca? Blanca, where were you born?
I was born in Guayaquil.
In Guayaquil, nice. Blanca, can you ask Joanna? Ask Joanna.
Joanna, where were you born?
I was born in Guayaquil.
In Guayaquil, oh my gosh. Joanna, ask Rosa.
Where were you born?
I was born in Morona, Santiago.
Morona, Santiago, nice. And
Alora.
Rosa. Rosa, can you repeat? Ask Hoover.
Where were you born?
Hoover.
Excuse me, no me.
Hoover.
Uber. Uber.
Yes, good. I was born in Babahoyo City.
Babahoyo City, excellent. And Hoover, can you ask David? Ask David.
Okay, David, where were you born?
Where? Yeah.
David, where were you born?
Okay, bye, David. No problem. Excellent. All right, so let's continue. Here we have the next question. Can you read the next question, Hoover? Where?
Where were you?
Hoover, can you please read the next question?
Where were your parents born?
Excellent.
They were born in Quito too.
Or
They weren't born in Salinas.
excellent. All right, guys. So remember the verb to be for born, okay? Singular was, plural were, negative we're going to use wasn't, okay? Or plural form weren't, okay? So make sure to practice the verb to be for born, okay?
I
Let's
have a question.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Hoover.
Born is a special verb in this case.
Yeah. It's like a structure, a special structure.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Because we don't use any other verb. It's the only verb that we use with the verb to be, right? Otherwise, it's the continuous. Excellent, Hoover. All right, let's go with the next one. Oops. Miss Joanna, can you please read the next question?
Did you live there for a long time? Yes, I did. I lived there for 10 years. No, I did not. I did not live there long.
Very good. Joanna, the pronunciation didn't. I didn't.
Didn't.
Excellent. So we have time expressions. These are called time expressions. For a long time, for 10 years, or we could just say negative, not for long, okay? What about the next one? Rosa, can you read this one?
Did she move here last year? Yes, she did. She moved this in May. No, she didn't. She moved in
91.
91.
Excellent.
91.
91. Very good.
91.
So both of these are going to be time expressions. So you can see we continue with time expressions. Last year, last weekend, last April, last vacation, in May, or in 91, or in 2022, right? We have another question. When we want to talk about the period of time, we can ask this one. David, can you please read this one? How long
did you live in Ambato? We lived there until I was 6 from 1,986.
So this is 1986. Excellent. We just say 1986. 1986. 1992. Excellent. We always divide it, right? We just divide it. So we say 1986 and 1992. And here we have the different expressions, right? Until I was 6, so until a specific point. And for a period of time, we say from to. So I lived in Quito from 2010 to 2013, okay? And we have one last one. Joanna, can you please read the last one?
When did they come here? They come here about 3 years ago.
They came.
They came here about 3 years ago.
We
We didn't live until 1092.
So we can say like this, Joanna. We say 1992, right? 1992, okay?
1992. Then we come to the USA when John was 16.
Excellent, very good. So as you can see, we continue with the expressions. 3 years ago, until, and then we have when I was 16, when he was 16, okay? So make sure to practice the different time expressions, and remember that we always use the verb to be for being born, okay? Any questions, any problems? Very difficult, very easy, teacher, kind of, so-so.
Yes, I have a question.
Of course.
The pronunciation for years separate numbers. It's like a regular form, or for not complicate the statement.
It's regular. Most common, we separate. So 2022, 2010. It's because it's easier to say it. Only when you write it down, you put the complete number. But for speaking, we normally say 1992. Okay? You will,
Okay, thank
Hoover, you will never, 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 never in spoken English say 1992. Never. It doesn't exist. Okay?
Okay.
What does exist is, for example, if you say,
For money.
no, specific years like 2002, or when you say from 2000 to 2009, normally we say 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, and then once we get to 2010, then we say 2010, 2011, 2013, okay?
Mhm.
It's just, it's an unspoken rule, but it's just how we say the years in English, okay?
Oh, when it says a money, I
Exactly.
say a number, a complete number.
Exactly, Hoover. 1992 or 1986. Very good. All right, guys, let's erase. Let's continue. Here we have the next activity, which is going to be determiners. This is very, very easy. So let's go through this quickly. Let's move you guys over here. And let's begin by reading the general part. Blanca, can you please read the general part?
Yes. All children can learn English.
Sorry. I'm not doing it.
Most, huh?
Yes, I'm sorry. Please continue.
Okay. Most Canadians know French. Some students take Spanish. A few people are good at math.
Very good.
No students like exams.
Excellent, Blanca. So these are going to be the expressions when we talk about general, right? All children, most Canadians, some students. It's a general statement. But when we want to be specific, we just specify. So let's continue here. Hoover, can you please read the specific?
Specific. All of the children speak English. Most of my co-workers know French. Some of the students in my class take math. A few of my classmates got us. Now, no of my friends failed their exams.
Excellent, very good. So now, very, very simple. The only thing that we are going to do is now we're going to use of, right? The only difference that we're going to use now is that we're going to use of to specify a specific group. Students in my class, my co-workers. So now it's a specific group, and now we use of. So it's very, very simple. So maybe we could do something like all of my students pass the exam, right? All of my students pass the exam. So I'm specifying a group, okay? It's not too complicated. Just make sure that for specific, we use of and specify the group, okay? Any questions, any problems? All right. Let's continue then.
When use of, también tengo que ser más específico, ¿verdad?
Yes. Let's do an example, Hoover. Let's do an example. Let's say none of my friends. Please complete the sentence, Hoover. None of my friends.
None of my friends se me fue la palabra. Como que
You can always
son
ask. You can
casados,
say-
son casados. No,
Okay, so you could say none of my friends are single,
sí,
right?
okay.
None of my friends are single. Excellent. That's specific because it's your friends. But here we could say something like all Ecuadorians speak Spanish, right? All Ecuadorians speak Spanish. And now I'm talking about general statements of all Ecuadorians, okay? Is that okay?
Okay, okay.
Awesome. Let's erase and let's continue. Here we have the next one. Offers and request. Let's begin by reading this part here. Joanna, can you read the introduction?
Offers and requests with can on call. Offers. Can I help you? What can I do for you? How can I help you?
Excellent. Rosa, can you please continue? Request. Request.
Can you help me? No,
Yes, can you help me?
can you help me? Can you tell me how to get to the mall?
Mall.
Call you, give me directions.
Excellent. So when we use can and could, there's really no difference. We use could is going to be formal, okay? And can is going to be less formal, okay? That's the only difference between can and could. You can change all of these questions. Could I help you? Could you help me? And it's exactly the same. Maybe if you're talking to your boss, if you're talking to someone elderly, someone who is older than you can use could, but they are exactly the same, okay? Let's see. Can you show me around Guayaquil? Who was from Guayaquil? Blanca, Blanca, can you show me around Guayaquil?
Can you show me around Guayaquil? Yes, I can.
Or no, I can't.
No, I can't.
Right? So when we ask a question, we only have to answer, yes, I can, no, I can't. Could you? Yes, I could. No, I couldn't. Okay? That's as simple as that. Offers and request. Any questions? Yes.
I have a question.
Mhm.
When answer yes, I can or no, I can, I know friendly.
It could be friendlier. So what you can do, Blanca, what you can do is you can say something like this. Can you show me around Guayaquil? You could say something like, yes, I can. I would love to, right? If you want to say no, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't have time, right? So you can
Okay.
always add something extra. You can add an extra sentence to make it a little bit more polite, a little bit friendlier, okay? But the answer is always yes, I can, no, I can't, because, etc. Okay?
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
let's see.
Disculpe,
Yes,
um,
Rosa?
sí, excuse me, no sé cómo decir, tengo que salir de la clase porque tengo un trabajo en unos minutos.
No. All right, Rosa.
¿Puedo?
Rosa, please type your complete name in the chat, okay? Complete name in the chat.
Okay.
All right, we have to continue, okay?
Ya lo hice en el chat.
No, I need your name. Nombre completo, complete name.
Thank you. Okay, gracias.
All
Ahora le
right.
escribo y puedo salir entonces.
Yes, Rosa. All
Thank
right,
you.
let's
Thank you
continue
very
with the
much.
next one. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Infinitives for reasons and its plus adjective. Here we have something very interesting. Joanna, can you read the example here? Joanna, can you read this example here?
I'm going to the store to buy some milk.
Excellent. Thank you very much. This is called the infinitive. So infinitives are going to be to plus the verb. It's always when we ask the question, why, right? So we ask a question why something happens, and we express the reason or the purpose by using to plus the verb. Can you continue, Joanna?
I had to go online to find a flight.
Very good. And the last one, Joanna?
I'm going home to see my family.
Excellent. So let's put a question here. Why do you study English? Why do you study English? And you can respond, I study to, and you can complete. Hoover, why do you study English?
I study to English to complete my career.
Excellent. I study to complete my career, right? Excellent. So to plus the verb. Make sure to always use to plus the verb, okay? Excuse me. That is the infinitive. What happens if I ask Blanca, Blanca, why do you go on vacation? Why do you go on vacation, Blanca?
I go to Cuenca.
It has to be an action, a verb. It has to be a verb.
A verb?
I go to relax, have fun,
Okay.
rest.
I go to meet.
Yeah. Meet new
New,
places, right?
new place. Okay. I go
Instead
to
of meet, let's
new
use
place.
visit, right? Instead of meet,
Visit.
because remember, meet is like, hi Blanca, my name is Alex. Nice to meet you. So because it's a place, we're going to use visit, okay? To visit
Okay.
new places. Excellent. All right, let's continue. Blanca, can you read the next one?
Yes. It's easy to shop online.
The next one?
It's important to sleep 8 hours every night.
And finally,
It's hard to work two full-time jobs.
absolutely. So now it's going to be very similar to the infinitive, but now we're going to use an adjective, okay? So in order to use an adjective, we are going to use something similar to this. Let's see. It's easy to, and how can we complete this expression? David, can you complete this expression? It's easy to, and then plus a verb, okay?
I easy to drive the car.
Excellent. It's easy to drive a car. Can you give me another example? Hoover, can you think of another example?
With easy,
Yes, or you can change the adjective. Easy, difficult, important.
okay, it's important to learn English.
Excellent, very good. It's important to learn that's not how you spell, sorry. It's important to learn English, right? Very good. So it's plus the adjective plus to plus the verb, okay? What about if I say, let's see, Joanna, can you think of an example? It's hard or difficult to, can you complete the sentence, Joanna?
It's hard. It's hard to cook.
I'm sorry?
It's hard to cook.
To cook. It's hard to cook. Excellent, Joanna. It's hard to cook. Very good. All right, guys, two different structures. We have the infinitive for reasons, to plus the verb, and we have it's plus adjective plus to plus the verb. Very similar, but very, very important when you want to express a reason or maybe a purpose, okay? Any questions? Any problems? Easy?
See, I have a question.
Sure.
It's only with these adjectives or all adjectives?
Many adjectives, not all adjectives, because for example, you can't use all adjectives, like for example, it's tall too, that's incorrect. So it has to be some sort of like an emotion or some sort of feeling, right? So you could say like, it's beautiful to see my students learn, right? It has to be some sort of emotion or some sort of feeling to express, right? So you have to be careful.
Okay.
Not all adjectives, but many, many adjectives, okay?
Emotion adjectives.
Yeah, expressing a feeling or an
Expression,
emotion.
expressing adjectives. Okay.
Exactly, okay? Any other questions, guys? All right, let's erase and let's continue. Here we have advice and suggestions. So let's read this one. David, can you please read the first question?
What should I take?
Absolutely. The next one?
Should I take this jacket?
And finally,
You should do that.
excellent. So when we want to give advice or suggestion, we can use should, the modal verb, should, negative, shouldn't. What about the next one, Blanca? Can you read the next one?
Yes. You could borrow my coat. You need to have warm clothes. Why don't you take a hat? Don't forget to bring your passport.
Excellent. So we can also use could, right, to express suggestions or advice. The expression you need to, why don't you, and don't forget to express suggestions and advice. If I ask you guys, for example, what should I do in What should I do in Guayaquil? You should. Hoover, can you give me a recommendation?
Yes. You should wear a chaleco antibalas.
Oh my gosh. All right. I hope not, but that is a bulletproof vest. I'm not going to type it. It's a bulletproof vest. I hope not.
Bulletproof.
All right. Joanna, are you also from Guayaquil, Joanna? What about Blanca? Blanca, are you from Guayaquil?
Yes.
Joanna, what?
You
Okay.
you should visit to Malecón 2000.
The boardwalk. We don't change the name, but Malecón is boardwalk, right? So you could visit
Boardwalk.
the boardwalk 2000. We usually don't change the names, so it's called the Malecón 2000. No problem, okay? What about Joanna? If I visit Guayaquil, you could say, don't forget to. How could you finish that expression, Joanna? Don't forget to.
Don't forget to eat encebollado.
Excellent. Absolutely. Don't forget to eat encebollado. Very good. So for giving recommendations, for giving advice, we can use any of these expressions, okay? What about, we'll do one more. Why don't you? David, what about if I say, I can't learn English? I can't learn English, and you want to help me. You want to give me a recommendation. You could say, why don't you? How can I learn English? David, why don't you maybe watch, read, listen?
I'm sorry, is I have problem the connection.
Okay.
I don't. No,
Understand?
no escuché la pregunta, solamente escuché mi nombre.
Okay, so I want to learn English. Why don't you, and complete the sentence. Why don't you practice? Why don't you read? Why don't you take a class?
Why do you... las tres cosas.
Okay, take a class. Why don't you take a class, right? And it's a recommendation. All right, guys. Any questions, any problems? Is this clear? All right, let's erase and let's continue. The next one. Here we have possessives. Guys, this is very quick, very simple. Let's begin by reading the question here. Hoover?
Whose cell phone is this? Whose clothes are these?
Thank you, Hoover. When we ask a question with whose, we're always asking about the possession. Who does it belong to, right? So we have to answer by using possessive pronouns. So let's read the examples from left to right. Let's begin here. Joanna?
It's my very sweet. It's mine. They are your earrings. They are yours.
Excellent. One more.
It's her jewelry. It's her.
Very good. This is jewelry. Jewelry, okay? Jewelry.
Jewelry.
Very good. What about this one? David?
Their high shoes, their his, their our things, their ours. It's their stuff, it's theirs.
Excellent. Very good, David. So please make sure to remember and kind of memorize the possessive pronouns. My, mine, your, yours, her, hers, and make sure to practice so you can remember each one, okay? So my, mine, yours, your, okay? And so on and so forth, okay? So always, when we ask a question with whose, we're going to answer with one or the both, not both, or one or the other, okay? So, any questions? Easy peasy? Kind of teacher, very difficult teacher. No comprender teacher.
Whose meaning the king is?
Exactly. Whose is de quién? Very good. So if I ask, let me ask you guys, oops. What about if I ask you guys, maybe I can ask you guys, whose class is this? Whose class is this, Hoover?
Is your class?
It's not mine, it's yours. It's your class, right? I am just a tutor, but this is your class, right? Excellent. So you can say, it's mine. Oops. It's mine, right? Absolutely. Very good. Any other questions? All right. Let's erase. And we are almost done, guys. We have like this much more to go. Almost done. Here, we have order of adjectives. This is very, very important because when we have more than one adjective, we have to follow a specific order. Blanca, can you please read this here? What about, sorry, Blanca. Magali, did you fix your microphone?
Yes. Yeah.
One moment, Blanca, one moment, please.
Okay.
Magali, are you there?
First,
Magali, hi.
hi, sorry, it's a connection very bad.
It's
Bad
okay.
connection, perdón.
Please read this.
Sorry. Okay, usual, adjective order, opinion, size, color, shape, nationality, material.
Excellent. For example, Blanca,
They have a huge Italian leather sofa.
excellent. So if we're talking about the size, we're going to say huge, very, very large. If we are talking about the nationality, then we could say Italian, right? And if we're talking about the material, well, the leather is going to be the material. So in English, there's an order that we have to follow when we have multiple adjectives, okay? What about this one here? Can you read this one, Blanca?
Yes. I want those cold light
Little,
round speakers. I
excellent.
want those cold light round speakers.
Pronunciation, little,
Little.
excellent. What about this one, Hoover?
I like the green rock. Which one do you like?
Excellent. And the last one, Hoover.
Those speakers are cool. Which ones do you like?
Excellent, guys. So make sure that you're always following the correct order for adjectives, okay? Opinion can be anything like cool. So when we say cool, this is an opinion, okay? If we say pretty, beautiful, amazing, this is, this is an opinion, okay? So when we have something like this, it is cool, okay? Any questions, any problems?
I have a question.
Of course.
This class, can you share the graduation with us?
I cannot share this presentation, but all of this information comes from the reference section, okay? So the reference section is where all of this comes from, and you can see the different material. Exactly the same, just that the presentation looks nicer, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So guys, make sure to check the platform reference section where you can see all of these details section by section, okay? All right, guys, another question? Everybody's okay? 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes and we're finished. Let's see. The next one is going to be the past continuous. Past continuous is for actions that were ongoing in the past. So just give me 1 moment. Okay, so the past continuous statements are going to be the following. If we take a look at the introduction here, Magali, can you read this for me?
Okay. Past continuous. Sorry. Past continuous is Joseph to see the background for a story as well as for events in progress in the past. Then simple past is Joseph for completed actions.
Absolutely. Excellent, Magali. So we can see that we're going to use the past continuous
Thanks.
for background or for something that's in progress at the moment, right? The simple past is going to be used for completed actions. So let's take a look at the first example. Joanna, can you read the first example?
I was talking to a woman and I missed my stop. I was not paying attention.
Excellent. Very good. So here we can see this is the background. I was talking to a woman. remember that the past continuous is always going to be was, were, plus verb, plus ing, right? I was talking, I was dancing, I was eating, and then here we have the simple past. So the simple past is now going to be a completed action. So I missed my stop. And then again, it goes and says, I wasn't paying attention. Can you read this one here? Can you read this one, Joanna?
We're trying to look cool and we walked into a glass door.
So
We
trying,
Looking.
we weren't looking, walked straight into the glass door, okay? And you can see, again, it's going to be very, very similar, okay? All right, guys. So maybe we can give an example. If I ask you, what were you doing? Let's say yesterday. Hoover, what were you doing yesterday?
What were you doing yesterday? I was going to a bar.
I was going to a bar. Excellent. What about Magali? Magali, what were you doing yesterday?
Okay. I was to a stadium.
I was studying. Very good.
I was
Excellent.
studying.
ing, right? Studying, right? Studying. Oops, that's not how you spell. Studying, right? Make sure to use the ing. Excellent. Very good. What about Blanca? Blanca, what were you doing yesterday?
I was I was en un show en vivo, ¿cómo podría decirlo?
Un show en vivo. I was watching a live show. I was watching a live show.
Okay, I was watching a live show.
Excellent. Very good, Blanca. What about David? David, what were you doing yesterday? All right, guys. So that is the past continuous. Remember, the past continuous is always going to be for something in the background or for something that's in progress in the past. It has to be a period of time. Any questions? Any problems? Is this okay?
I have a
Awesome.
question.
Yes, go ahead.
In a sentences, a regular sentences, is to be was to be in past was plus verb. Sure. Verb
The verb
Verb and-
ing, right?
plus ing.
Exactly.
En alguna situación hay cuando pones el to be was algún adjetivo que afecte el verbo o no.
No. No, and the adjective is usually going to be after it. So no, you could say I was, remember that the adjective is going to be at the end, right? So I was walking on a beautiful day. Adjectives are going to be before the noun, before the object, okay? So it doesn't change. It doesn't change the past continuous, the ing.
No puede ir nada entre el to be y el verbo.
I was Yeah, you can use an adverb like this. Sorry. You could say, I was walking quickly to the park. But we can use an adverb after the verb, but not in between here. No, nothing.
No between. Okay.
Not in between, okay? All right. Any other question, guys? Is this okay? Don't be shy. All right, guys? Don't be shy. Don't be shy, right? Don't be shy. Don't be tímidos. All right. So if you have a question, ask. All right, guys, let's erase and we'll do one more. The last one is reflexive pronouns. So for the reflexive pronouns, we are going to use the following. Can you please read the examples here? Magali, can you read the examples here?
Okay. Were you chanting?
Chatting,
Were you chatting with a friend?
chatting. Were you
Chatting.
chatting?
Chatting, sorry. Okay. Were you chatting with a friend? No, I wasn't. I was by myself.
Excellent, Magali. What about this one,
Okay.
Joanna? Joanna, can you read this one?
What were you doing when you fell? I was talking on my cell phone.
Very good. So, excuse me, these are the questions for the past continuous, right? We follow the structure verb to be plus subject plus the verb in ing. WH questions, verb to be plus subject plus the verb in ing. We have yes and no questions, and we have information questions, okay? And then over here, we have the reflexive pronouns. I, myself, you, yourself, and it goes on and so forth. Remember that the reflexive pronoun has to be the same as the subject. For example, you could say something like, I cook by myself, right? The subject is I, and the reflexive pronoun is myself. It's the same person. So make sure that in your sentences, they are the same person. You could say something like, she studies herself, right? So again, she and herself, the same person, okay? All right, guys. This is going to be pretty much everything that we are going to see today. Any questions, any problems? Is everything clear? All right, guys, you did a fantastic job, and I hope you guys were able to kind of get something out of this, okay?